Welcome, race fans, here on Wednesday night to the Turn 3 Racing Network. It is the Salt Flat IROC series right here from your Las Vegas Motor Speedway. The season is winding down, and the points chase is getting ever so close. But before we get to that, it's Muth up here in the booth, like always, here on a Wednesday night with the IROC series. Got a little bit of a special guest with me here tonight. I got some guy. His name is Jason Dobbs. Jason, it's good to have you here to the Las Vegas Motor Speedway. These drivers are going to be under the lights here tonight, and I expect a good, strong 20-car field.
Yes, sir, absolutely. I'm excited, Raj. I'm up here in the booth with you. Got a nice cold Mountain Dew, and going to watch my teammates down there hopefully get that dub. I'm ready to go.
That's right. Dobbs here in the booth drinking that Mountain Dew. He's all jacked up on Mountain Dew here tonight, like a couple of these drivers are jacked up in their cars, ready to roll. Right now, Jeff Pogo leads the practice times here over Cole Day, Jamie Leach, Ira Kohlhaas, and Cody Levitt right now rounds out the top five. As we look at the clock, it looks like it's getting a little bit closer here to the time that we head to the qualifying session here for tonight. Just under a minute left. So as we're under a minute left, we're going to step away for just a moment. We'll be back here with live qualifying action for round number 9 for the Salt Flat IROC series right here from your Las Vegas Motor Speedway.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly wailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rackets regular, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Welcome back here, race fans, to the Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Qualifying officially has started here for the IROCs here in round number 9. Out onto the track, one of the first drivers out there. It'll be the man who's sitting right now currently your points leader. It'll be the number 12 of Randy Johnson in that neon green, neon yellow machine racing out of the Nichols Performance Stable. And it looks like he's not happy with his lap time. He is going to come to an abrupt halt here coming out of 4. And come to a complete crawl before the start-finish line. So it looks like he's going for the turtle mode out there. One of the other drivers, though, that are out there, it'll be the man that's driving for the Coast to Almost Coast team. It'll be the 62 out of Nevada. It'll be Colton Farrow. As we drop down the timing and scoring on the left-hand side, find where your favorite driver is on the qualifying session. Right now, 4 drivers do have a qualifying time in. Right now, it's Darrell Clauder at the top of the board from Florida, racing for the Coast to Almost Coast team. His teammate, as you see on the screen, driving his Toyota, is running P number 2. Orlando Rivera, though, out of Puerto Rico, puts in a quick time here inside the top 3. Dobbs, you know something about racing with Orlando out there. He's been doing a pretty strong job the last couple weeks. Top 5s, and last week putting himself on the podium.
Oh, yes, sir. I think Orlando is going to pick up a dub here very, very soon in this league. I tell you, he has really impressed me. And that's me saying as a competitor, but I'm real impressed with Orlando right now. And it wouldn't shock me if he wouldn't win tonight right here.
Yeah, always a strong competitor when we come to these 1.5 and these 2-mile tracks, just sort of like this Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Right now, though, Rivera going to be showing P number 6 because the man at the top of the board is Jamie Leach. His qualifying attempt is already done. Somebody else I'm looking at, though, out here, Dobbs. And that's the 21 of Jeff Bergner. We heard through the grapevine before tonight's lobby went up here that Jeff Bergner has a brand new sim rig and has not turned any laps on it yet.
That sounds like that's going to be wild.
So Bergner right now, as he's coming down pit road, he is shown currently in your second position, but he was there for a moment. Hunter Reynolds, the new bridesmaid of the series here, comes across the line. He puts down a 38.233. That's good enough for the second fastest time on track. Also, another driver on track out of the Keystone Motorsports Group, driving the orange 31 here tonight. It'll be Donald Bennett out of Topton, Pennsylvania. He's going to come across the line here. This will be his first time lap, and he will be going to the 12th position on the timing and scoring with a 38.481. So a 12th fastest time. Cole Day just comes across the line in his 37 machine. He's going to take the part-time machine to the top of the speed charts with a 38.203. So a new fast time here from the Las Vegas Motor Speedway for Cole Day. It's Cole Day right now, and then Jamie Leach and Hunter Reynolds, your top 3 drivers. 46 seconds left here in the qualifying session. Another driver out there just coming across the line in his 09 machine. That is none other than J.P. Brennan, the kart racer himself, and he is here for the first time this season after buying a brand new complete rig setup. So he is no longer racing off of a laptop that had overheated before the season started right here for season number 3. So good to see J.P. Brennan back in action here with his purple Peeper Eater machine. So he will right now be slotted into the 12th position. Doesn't look like any other driver right now is going to be able to put down a qualifying time. Brennan's going to be able to come back here and complete his second lap, I believe it is, but it looks a little bit slower on the timing and scoring.
It's good to see JP back out there, Roger.
Yeah, JP, a long-time runner here with the Salt Flat IROC series, unfortunately had to step away at the end of last season, or, well, if you really even want to call it before the end of last season, because of computer issues. We all know how sometimes these sim rigs don't really like to cooperate with us, and, well, sometimes you see guys have to step in and out because of that. I mean, Dobbs, you had some computer issues and some wheel issues the last couple of weeks, but now it seems like everything's been all pretty much good except for that old pesky foot of yours.
Yes, sir. Hey, I'm trying to get this iRacing sim stuff going, get a little better. But it looks like we're going to grid up. We got to get this going, Roger.
That's right. It's about that time. Let's take you through your starting lineup here tonight, brought to us by Draft Top, your adult cup maker. Draft Top, find them over on Kickstarter. You need to get your Draft Top. If you have a party going on this summer, you will be the talk of the town. Head on over to Draft Top and get what they got cooking. But the first row here tonight, gonna look like this. It'll be the 37 of Cole Day that's gonna lead us to the green flag. Right next to him will be the man out of Ohio. It'll be Jamie Leach driving for the Deeper Darker Dew team. Row number 2 here tonight. It'll be the man that has the most second place finishes here with the Salt Flat IROC series here in season 3. It'll be the 14 of Hunter Reynolds. The brand new PC out of the Salt Flat County Jail. That'll be the Midnight Runner driver, the 21 of Jeff Bergner. Row number 3, going to look like this. It's the Las Vegas kid and the Missouri Wonder. It's going to be Cody Levitt in the 38 and the Pogo Stick himself in the 24 machine. Row number 4, it'll be the Coast to Almost Coast team right here, the 62 of Colton Farrow and the 26 of Darryl Clauter. Row number 5, it's the man from Puerto Rico that they call Orlando Rivera, and Big Country Cole Haas going to roll off there in the 29 machine. Row number 6, it'll go to the man from Topton, Pennsylvania, out of the Keystone Motorsports Group, and Mr. J.P. Brennan back in action. Row number 7, out of the Keystone Motorsports Group, it'll be the number 40 of Josiah Millen, and the man from Utah, Mr. Danny Ricky Valenzuela in the 04 machine. Row number 8 here tonight, it's going to be another one of the Midnight Runners. It'll be Patrick Smith, and the Nichols Performance driver, the 81 of Greg O'Berry. Row number 9, it'll be another one of the Nichols Performance drivers of Randy Johnson and Josh Taylor in the 01. Row 10 is going to be ABV, Michael Bromley, and Over the Wall Racing, Timmy Valenzuela. And that is your 10-row field, 20 cars about to take to the green flag here tonight. iRacing pace car looking to duck off here as it makes the left-hand turn. Put it on the board here tonight as round number 9 here for the IROCs. As there they come towards the start-finish line for the first time. Green flag officially in the air. We are racing here from Las Vegas. 75 laps going to be on the board. Start it right now, and here they come down storming towards turn number 1, side by side. Still here for their first, well, call it your entire field.
Yeah, that's always where it gets real intense right there. Doubled up, you're anxious, you're excited, you're just ready to go. Oh, let's go right here.
Yeah, there they come down the backstretch. A good push by the 14 of Hunter Reynolds to the back bumper there of the 37 of Cold Day. They will go down into turn number 3. There you see it, about a car length lead for Cold Day. Out of turn number 4, Reynolds going to come right back to the back bumper on Cold Day. He will end up pushing him across the line here officially. 1 lap in the books here for the Salt Flat IROC Series in round number 9 for the Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Lap 1, going to go to the 37 of Cold Day, but that outside with Jeff Bergner and Jeff Pogo lined up there. I think that outside lane might come back to the front here.
These new tires, that outside lane struggled all year long. Let's see what happens tonight right here.
Yeah, they're lined up pretty tight there, but that inside lane there, Hunter Reynolds has not left the back bumper there of Cold Day. As you see the sun setting here from Las Vegas. We practiced in the afternoon sunlight. We qualified just at dusk. And now you're going to see the lights start to turn on, and these IROCs come to life here, coming to complete lap number 2, just like that in the books. It has been that inside lane leading your first 2 laps, but here comes the deeper, darker dew. 88 with the neon yellow rims. It's Jamie Leach. Right now, though, everybody towards the rear of the field. It looks like right around, I believe, your 15th position on back. It's Patrick Smith, Josh Taylor, Randy Johnson, and Greg O'Berry. Timmy Valenzuela and Michael Bromley all have single filed out and have elected to run towards the back of this field here in the early going.
You know something, Roger? This race right here, I've noticed early on, deeper, darker dew guys, they're up front. They've been hanging out towards the back in these races. A little different strategy here. I kind of like this.
Yeah, I talked to them earlier in the year. You know, they've won 2 back-to-back team championships. It was one time Cold Day, Jamie Leach, and Cody Levitt. And then it was Jamie Leach and Cody Levitt as Cold Day had to take a part-time gig as he leads off of turn number 4, but Jamie Leach is powering back on the outside. And now, the team has changed again. It went from a 2-car team last year back to a 3-car team. It'll be Leach, Levitt, and Pogo. And you are right. Their strategy coming in this year, they were going to try and be a little more conservative and try and pounce towards the end of the race. Tonight, that is not the case. All 3 drivers right now inside your top 5, call it top 6. Now as Pogo got shuffled back to the 6th position last time by. But leading so far all but 1 lap as Jamie Leach knows Cold Day last time by. It has been Day out front for 3 laps. Leach has now led officially 1 lap here tonight for the Las Vegas Speedway.
Yeah, I tell you what, got to watch, though. Is that Hunter Reynolds? I tell you, I'm surprised nobody's picked him up on a team this season. It's really shocked me. That kid right there could drive a heck of a race car.
Yeah, I don't think there's anyone in the series who has finished second more times. I mean, possibly you might be able to say Randy Johnson has probably tied him for the most second-place finishes. I don't have that stat off the top of my head here with me right now, but I can tell you that Reynolds finished second all the way back at Phoenix. He's finished second at Rockingham, a 3rd at Texas, and a 3rd at Lime Rock. And I believe we have 1 up the track there. I believe that's the 31 of Bennett. Something not going right. I think Bennett may have just lost his connection to the iRacing server here. We'll have to see if he actually ends up coming back onto the track. But right now, the 31 of Donald Bennett looks like he has lost his internet connection to the iRacing platform.
That's a heartbreaker for me right there, Roger. Him and Josiah took me in last couple of seasons, and I always have a heavy heart for them too. I love them both.
But back to the line here to complete lap number 7. I believe that was lap 6 actually in the books here. That was led by the 37 still of Cold Day. So we stay green flag racing here. Lap number 7. 69 more laps to go here in Las Vegas. And those 2 numbers, or that number and name, sometimes can get yourself in trouble out on the Las Vegas Strip. And right now, out on the Strip, it's a heads-up race here into turn 3 as Jeff Bergner has pushed the 88 of Jamie Leach back to running side by side, but that inside lane through the center of the corner looks like it really has a good turn on the bottom groove right now. But Leach going to fight back here on the outside, but it will be Day once again at the start-finish line to lead his sixth lap, yes.
That inside lane strong, but I tell you, old Jeff Bergner right now, he's impressing me, Roger. Keep an eye on him also.
Yeah, they were doing some literally last-minute modifications to the rig for the 21 of Jeff Bergner right before the race. He hopped into the car, brand new triple-screen curved monitors for the driver. Oh, as he gets a shot from Jeff Pogo. Here comes Danny Valenzuela looking to the inside of Pogo. He is not going to be able to fill the hole there. He elects to go back into line, and they stay 2 by 2 for far as your eye can see. But Jeff Bergner, brand new triple curve monitors on that sim rig. Did not have a field of view set up. They were sitting down there trying to wrench on that rig, clicking some buttons, trying to get it to work the right way. Jeff Bergner was sitting on almost the hood of that car before the race. They kind of backed it up. He can almost see his gauges perfectly now, but the sprint car driver of Jeff Bergner is sitting there in the 5th position now, the second car to the outside lane.
That's a lot of technical stuff for me right there. I'm out on that stuff.
Yeah, I believe at that point you would have started blowing up my phone there, Dobbs.
Absolutely.
But coming back to the line here to complete lap number 9, just like that, 9 laps already in the books, and it will be the 37 of Cole Day still leading the way. Jamie Leach can get there, get side by side with Day. It just doesn't seem like he's able to get around that outside groove. One down to the apron here. I believe that's the 01 of Josh Taylor. He is down off the, or no, it's not Taylor. That is actually Patrick Smith. So the 79 of Smith going to tag the back of the field here. He's going to go join, it looks like, Michael Bromley, Timmy Valenzuela, Greg O'Berry, and Randy Johnson riding at the back here single file.
Hey, there's nothing like being a Clint Boyer or something like that, you know?
I'd like to meet that man one day, but out front, there it is. That 88 is caught now to the side there of Cold Day. As Pogo is up the track a little bit farther, a little bit back there, but Cold Day was side by side with Leach going into one, and then I keep saying Pogo, but he's not there. It's Cold Day. Just kind of gets that turn.
Yeah, I saw old Danny Valenzuela give Pogo a shot there going into turn 1.
And I'm looking at it, and am my eyes seeing this right, Dobbs? The third car to the outside lane. It looks like it is a blue car, and it's out of Puerto Rico. It's put together down there. And is that the 08 of Orlando Rivera?
That's him. That guy right there, I'm telling you, he's getting closer and closer to picking up a victory.
Yeah, so right now, the third car to the outside lane, the bright blue car, that's Orlando Rivera. He is coming to the front on the outside groove.
Tell you what, Roger, I'm a little more calm tonight, you know, since that 985 is still at the house. I enjoyed this better.
Well, being up there in the booth, you get to see all the moves that all the guys are shaking out there. And right now, that inside lane has been shaking hands and kissing faces. They have all played really nice together. I have not seen a driver from the inside lane yet step out of line and jump to the outside. This is just like when we head to Talladega or Daytona with your Cup cars or your Xfinity cars or your trucks. They're kind of just staying in line. They are biding their time. They know it's a long 75-lap race here tonight. It's 114 miles that these drivers are going to be racing here on the Las Vegas Motor Speedway. And that inside lane looks like they've been talking together. They got some good communication between the spotters, and they all have a plan, and it's going to be to ride in line. That outside lane has been the one that's been kind of jumping around a little bit. They've been shuffled a couple times. As you see, now it looks like it is Leach, then Bergner, Rivera, Pogo, Valenzuela, and I believe, is that the 29 there out of the ABV group? That looks like it's the 29 of Big Country Ivor Kohlhaas.
So they could top pack racing. I love it.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is, as they're looking like they're going to be coming here off turn 4. That outside, Jeff Bergner just gave Leach a little bit of a shove there coming through the center of the corner. Back to the start-finish line. It's going to be a drag race between Cole Day and Jamie Leach by about, well, call it about 1 tire length. Width at the line. Cole Day continues to lead. That'll be his 13th lap led. But tonight's blimp camera here from the Las Vegas Motor Speedway looking down, brought to us by Nichols Performance Race Engines. You need a race engine that can make any of your cars go. Head on over and talk to Nichols Performance. They can get you tuned up and roaring like these IROCs here from the Las Vegas Raceway. And that's your aerial coverage brought to us tonight by Nichols Performance. Back across the line, though, Dobbs. That inside lane still surging ahead out of turn number 4.
Yeah, I tell you, these tires and that inside line is just something different this season in these IROCs. It's threw me for a flip, and I still haven't figured these things out. I'm watching and learning as they go on tonight, so this is a good lesson learned for me right here.
Yeah, what you really need is you need to go to the Youth in the Booth driving school. It could get you hooked up and pointed in the right direction here tonight. But that's a weekend trip for us. But right now, Dobbs, it's the midweek stress relief. It's the Salt Flat IROC series, and they're roaring back 2x2. And oh, Day gonna make a slip out of 4. It looked like Reynolds was trying to give him a really big shove. He slipped, and here comes Jamie Leach. It's just going to be a little too late at the start-finish line. It'll be Day leading once again. So running the numbers here, Dobbs, I'm starting to kind of calculate how far these drivers are going to be able to go on fuel here tonight. I'm looking at it. We're working lap 17. We're going to come this time by. We'll see lap 18 start to get posted on the board here. A lot of these drivers probably looking towards pit road here, and maybe the next, call it about 6 to 7 laps. I think if I calculate this out right, it's probably going to be a 2 pit stop race for a lot of these drivers.
Yeah, that's where Greg O'Berry comes in clutch for me. I tell you what, that guy can get some calculations going, and I just listen to whatever he says in these races, and he's usually right on the money. So I wish I was down there in chat, listen to what him and Randy's saying, and we'd know, but hey, they're doing a good job back there.
Yeah, right now the Nichols Performance drivers, the 12 of Randy Johnson, your points leader coming into tonight, and Greg O'Berry right now nose to tail, running in the 15th and the 16th position. They are hanging right at the back of this draft, just close enough to sniff the draft and not fall behind here once the green flag pit stops happen here, and we'll call it 10 laps at most for a lot of these drivers. We will see what kind of ponies are up under the hood there for the Nichols Performance group. But while we're still out here green flag racing, Dobbs, what do you say we go and crank it up just a little bit here from the Las Vegas Motor Speedway?
I'm in.
Well, as they wreck here out of turn number 3 and 4, that's going to put us into the first caution flag here of the night. It's going to come 21 laps into tonight's race. A couple of guys wadded it up down there. We will have to go back. We know Jamie Leach, who is running the outside, he is involved in this wreck. So let's take it back here on the turn 3 racing replay and see what happened down there. I believe that was in 3. Oh, it looked like Day up the track, and Leach then going to get turned by Rivera Valenzuela. Nowhere to go. Taylor into the outside wall also, and Jamie Leach, I think, is going to come away. Oh, I spoke too soon. It looks like the 04, I believe, of Danny Valenzuela also getting involved in this one. So let's rewind it back just a little bit farther. Maybe we can go from over top here. This is our drone camera here from the Las Vegas Motor Speedway, brought to us by Bromley Designs. This is what happened. Day left the inside lane open. Hunter Reynolds going to go to the inside, and he is going to try and take away that spot. It moves Day up the track. Leach was already there, and then that what's kind of puts us in on this. And I think I just saw Valenzuela body slam of Valenzuela out there. We will definitely have to take a check and look at that. but it looks like everybody's going to be able to carry on here. Let's go on board. I believe we can find Timmy Valenzuela and go to the roll bar camera here that's mounted inside this 05 machine. This is on board with driver of the 05. On the hooks and goes nose to nose with his brother of Danny, sends him up into the air and then back down, and both now Valenzuela cars are going to have damage on it. One driver staying out here. He will lead a lap, as you see on screen, and that will be Timmy Valenzuela. Everybody else is down pit road. It's a little bit earlier than they thought. Dobbs, with these guys pitting on lap 23 here, I don't think they could make one more pit stop here tonight and make it. I mean, it's going to be close if they do.
Yeah, it'd be kind of hard, though. You're in that draft. I mean, if you're out front, it's going to be bad, but if you're mid-pack, you kind of throttle control, save a little fuel.
So right now, leading the charge off of pit road, though, is it's a big gaggle there as we turn the camera. It looks like it was going to be the 37 of Cole Day. He will come out of pit road first. Then it will be Hunter Reynolds, Jeff Pogo, Jeff Bergner, Cody Levitt, Colton Farrow, Josh Taylor, J.P. Brennan, Ira Kohlhaas, and Greg O'Berry, your top 10 drivers out of pit road. Timmy Valenzuela still staying out here. I expect, though, the driver of the 05 to be coming down pit road here any moment, and that will kind of cycle things back through here tonight. Well, we got to welcome everybody in here over on the YouTube side of things here to watch the Salt Flat IROC Series. Muth in the booth here along with the man Jason Dobbs. He's some other guy. He drives for the Nichols Performance crew. Unfortunately, this week taking a little bit of an off week here from the IROC Series. Joining me in the booth here, we got to thank Dobbs for joining us here in the booth. We got to thank all the viewers for tuning in out there. Tonight's broadcast is brought to us by the Jordan Hen Racing Team out of the Northeast. You looking to sponsor a Northeast Modified, head on over to Facebook and contact the Jordan Hen Racing Team. 2-A-T Lawn Care, the guys who get the lawns ready before every race here for the IROC Series. You need them looking like the Daytona 500 infield did this past week. Hit up 2-A-T Lawn Care. Or how about the wonderful paint jobs here for the Salt Flat IROC Series? All the paint jobs brought to us by Bromley Designs. Not only a race car driver, but also a painter designer on the iRacing platform. Head on over to Facebook and look up Bromley Designs. Taylor Motorsports. Josh Taylor, one of the drivers here in the Salt Flat IROC Series, is a premium sponsor here with the Salt Flat IROC Series, and we thank Josh Taylor and the Josh Taylor Motorsports for everything they do. Draft Top coming on board. You're looking for something to turn your beer can into a beer cup? Look up Draft Top. The things that Draft Top has going on right now, absolutely phenomenal. I cannot wait to receive mine in May. Go get yours right now before the orders run out. And finally, the final sponsor here tonight for the Salt Flat IROC Series is the Nichols Performance Race Engines. Nichols Performance Race Engines builds race-winning motors for any kind of series. You need a dirt late model motor? How about a Salt Flat IROC Series motor? Nichols Performance has you covered, not just with race wins, but race championships. And Dobbs, those motors tucked up underneath some of these IROCs here tonight are about to be singing full song and dance here in just a moment.
Yes, sir. I always like getting in mine and cranking that bad boy up. Sounds good. Rides good. It's just a good deal.
The good deal is we will go back green flag racing here with 50 laps to go. I didn't see anybody duck back in. Actually, it's Danny Valenzuela. It's still down pit road, I believe, getting some damages done and repaired to the 04 machine. Here's the thing that kind of boggles me, is the 05 of Timmy Valenzuela is going to stay out here. He will lead us back to the green flag. It's going to be Cole Day to his outside, Hunter Reynolds, row 2 inside, and then it's going to be Jeff Pogo, row number 2, outside machine. So it's going to put two teammates of Levitt and Pogo nose to tail. Jamie Leach going to have to come from about the 15th position back through the field. With the iRacing pace car down and away, we're going to go back green flag racing this time by. Green flag is back in the air, and Timmy Valenzuela leads us back across the line, and he's got one heck of a jump with that jumped up 05 machine, and he will go right down to the apron. He will let Hunter Reynolds and the rest of the field go by on the outside. So out of turn number 2. This time it's going to be Reynolds to the inside, and the 37 of Day to the outside. Here comes Jeff Pogo. Little Jeff Pogo got on his pogo stick, and he just pushed. Oh, body slam between the 14 and the 37. The 37 is going to go up the track, and we are 3 wide out of turn number 4. As we come back here to complete the first lap of back to green flag action. 49 laps to go, and we got a new leader out there, the 14 of Hunter Reynolds.
Well, that action always picks up after a green flag right there.
As you see Jeff Bergner down there getting a little piece of the apron. Getting a little loose. He is running right now back into the second position. Now it's the third position. I believe we have somebody going around. Colton Farrow in the 62 going to bring out the second yellow here of the night on the backstretch. And there's a whole bunch of them jumped up here, I believe. That may be the 01 of Taylor pulling away with no nose. J.P. Brennan turning it back around. He is involved in this. IROC Kohlhaas is involved in this.
Well, that was a nasty hit by Fulton.
So we will have to throw this back here in just a sec on our Turn 3 Racing replay, waiting for the truck to queue it up. Let's see what they got in store for us. What happened with Colton Farrow? He was running, loose down in Turn 1, loose out of 2, and the car snaps. Taylor nowhere to go. Brennan nowhere to go. So a whole bunch of drivers just with nowhere to go as Colton Farrow lost the handle on that 62 machine. Let's watch it back. Colton has some damage done to the front nose of this 62 machine. Lost it down onto the apron, lost it again. It hooked. It went back up into the catch fence right here. And then just Taylor, unfortunate. Brennan, Kohlhaas, Miller gets a little piece. Leach is actually going to miss it, I believe. And that's what happens. Just like that in the blink of an eye, your day can go from being pretty good like Colton Farrow's to now riding towards the back of the field here. He comes down pit road. He'll take service to that machine. The rest of your field is coming around. It looks like Jeff Bergner going to come down pit road here. And he'll bring along his teammate, the 79 of Smith, and it looks like a whole bunch of others behind him will also come down pit road here. Dobbs, that caution, Brett, a caution there. It kind of stacked everybody up. Everybody was pretty well maintained for that first half of the race here, but now they kind of seem like they're getting a little racy now.
Yeah, that happens. I'm not going to lie. Once you get that first caution, you get that long green flag run, then you get a caution, you kind of get back to green, and I don't know, you just get more and more dicey, and sometimes that happens.
So right now it looks like the top 6 drivers are going to stay out here on track. They won't come down. Everybody else is going to come down, top it off, and it looks like a bunch of 4-tire stops for a lot of these drivers. As you see Cody Levitt, a little bit of a warpage. That's just between his connection and the iRacing.com servers. Sometimes that does happen. Everything is internet-based here with iRacing, so see if Cody Levitt can find his connection just a little bit better. I would hate to see him drop out. We did see one driver today drop out here in the early going. Donald Bennett lost internet connection to the iRacing.com server. He is right now shown in the 20th position. 23 laps currently behind our leader, who is Hunter Reynolds here. Reynolds now finds himself out front here, pacing the field from the Las Vegas Motor Speedway. And as we pace here at Las Vegas, we're going to step away for a real quick moment. We'll be back here in just about a minute.
Simulated racing can be awesome, but it can also be kind of a free-for-all. Interestingly, auto racing faced the same problem in its earlier days. Whether it was on the back roads, the beaches, or the city streets, the racing was always fun. But there was always a certain level of chaos or danger until some folks came along and put some order to all of this. Stuff like official racetracks, regulations about weight and equipment, and enforcement of standards. That's what gave us high-speed excitement, fast-paced action, and photo finishes. That's when racing became racing. The guys over at iRacing.com have made the same transformation in the world of sim racing. See, iRacing analyzes the performance and results of each driver in every race, so you can be sure you're always placed in races where the competition will be tight and that those reckless drivers who ruin it for us all will be kept in the pits. Not to mention that with members in over 130 countries already in their vast community, you can find races day and night, so you can always get in the action. You can even join a league of your favorite series and work your way up to one of 7 world championships, offering over $500,000 in prize money. And since updates are always automatic, you don't have to worry about software and can focus on the track. Zip up your fire suit and check out iRacing.com.
Well, welcome back here, race fans, to the Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Tonight, the Salt Flat IROC season, round number 9, working our second caution flag of the night. But Dobbs, the iRacing pace car lights go off. A couple drivers ducking back down pit road here to top them off.
Yeah, got to get that. Make sure the things are filled up with fuel, maybe get a longer run. And looks like it was a Nichols Performance Group there, Roger.
And maybe a little bit of strategy down there. Maybe Tony calling them down there. Maybe he knows something about those race engines and the fuel mileage that they're going to need to make it to the finish here tonight of the 75 laps here from the Las Vegas Speedway. But we're going to double them up right like this. You see the 14 of Hunter Reynolds to the inside. The 24 of Jeff Pogo is outside. It'd be Cole Day lining up row number 2. And then it'd be Cody Levitt. So you got now 2 Deeper Darker Dew drivers that are going to line up to the outside here. And then down to the inside, it'll be Orlando Rivera and Patrick Smith, Michael Bromley, and then Jamie Leach. So there's one car separating 3 of those Deeper Darker Dew drivers getting lined up together here tonight. But the iRacing base car lights are off. We will go back green flag racing here. It'll be about 45 laps to go here at Las Vegas tonight. They're going to pull the belts tight one more time as officially the lights are on here for the Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Not far from the Las Vegas Strip, who is going to be gambling here with 44 laps to go. There goes the iRacing pace car off the track. We are ready to rip and roar. Back to the green flag. There we go. It looks like the 14 of Reynolds going to get a super big jump here and see what the rest of the field does. They will come back to him by the time they come out of turn number 2. These cars punch such a big hole in the air that everybody's going to be able to draft right back to Hunter Reynolds. There is no running away. There is no hiding. As you see, that's 78 of Patrick Smith in the maroon car for the Midnight Runners group. He goes from the outside lane on this restart. He finds himself now pushing the 37 of Cole Day. That's going to line 3 of the Deeper Darker Dew teammates up, though, to the outside.
Yeah, they're trying to get that outside worked in. Get past Hunter for the lead.
So out of turn number 4, here they come back to the start-finish line. It will be the 14 of Hunter Reynolds once again at the front of the field here, leading the way. 43 laps to go as you see that outside lane still starting to try and form. Jamie Leach is still trying to close his way back into the back bumper here on the 38-11. Cole Day has not been able to go back up and push the 14 of Reynolds. Patrick Smith, though, is all over the back bumper. I believe that's the 21 of Jeff Bergner back up inside the top 10 here. He is running in the 7th position. 4th car to the outside. You see that maroon car right behind the 88? That will be the 21 of Jeff Bergner.
It's like Pogo and Cody's got that outside lane figured out.
Taking a peek to the inside, the 79 of Patrick Smith is looking to the inside of the 37 of Cole Day, but he can't find a way around him. He's going to go down to the apron here. I thought he was going to make the move down to the apron. He tucks back in line by the time we get to turn 3 and right back to the back bumper of that 37 of Cole Day he goes.
Patrick Smith's wanting to get some going right here, Roger. He's making crazy moves. I like it.
He's making the crazy moves that nobody else is willing to right now, though. I'm showing still 14 drivers on this lead lap, Dobbs. And, Smith's going to go from the inside to the outside. He's going to break the 3-car train of Leach, Levitt, and Pogo up. So now it's going to be 4 jokers to the outside there at the front of the field, but it looks like they're trying to gain a couple more, as that looks like that is the 08 of Orlando Rivera in the blue machine to the outside. He takes the BeastRacing.com 08 to the outside, but it doesn't look like he has enough momentum to really start to pull himself up to the front here. Here comes Cole Haas in the 29 for the ABV group. He will go to the outside now and make that a 4-car group, because the 79 of Patrick Smith has gone around the 37. He leapfrog, and he will be now on the back bumper of the 14 of Hunter Reynolds.
Tell you what, Roger, if I had to say anything, that might be Joey Logano driving that 79 car. He is making moves, getting somewhere. He's up to P2 right here.
P2, but that puts now 3 purple cars and a black machine. Remember, Cole Day used to race for that team right there. He used to race with the Deeper Darker Dew team before he went to a part-time. As Reynolds goes down and hits the apron. But remember, so now, contact between. Is that the 38 and the 79 down there out of turn 4? Levitt going to hang on to the 38 machine. There's definitely some contact between Patrick Smith and the 38 of Cody Levitt. as they go side by side once again down into turn number 1.
Nothing like door slamming somebody at 150 mile an hour.
Well, 150 mile an hour is pretty slow these days, I'm hearing. But to be able to control that machine at 150 miles an hour, you got to remember, race fans, the tires on these IROCs are only 7 inches wide, so there is not a very huge contact patch for these big, heavy street stocks that are 3,700 pounds to really make contact with the ground and be able to stick and plant. So when you turn, it goes. You're kind of really, a lot of times, Dobbs, you know this as a driver of these cars, a lot of times you are kind of rolling all the weight back onto that right tire there, the right rear tire, and trying to get this car to turn. So if it goes out of control, the car slides.
Yeah, I always try to put mine on that right rear as hard as I can to get you just bite and go. Sometimes it works, sometimes I'm on the trailer. It just depends on how the night goes.
Yeah, tonight, though, these boys are making it sing this time by. We're just over the halfway point here tonight. Brought to us by Draft Top. So the halfway point here presented by Draft Top, as these guys are looking already halfway home here tonight. They are making some good time. We've seen some really good racing here under the lights at Las Vegas. We will race into the darkness till the track shuts us down here tonight. That inside row, though, looks like it got a brand new driver. It looks like the 40 of Millen has joined the big dance here tonight. He is driving the orange machine to the inside for the Keystone Motorsports Group. He is the 4th car to the inside row now.
Yeah, I just hope he's not sending me any crazy Snapchats like he has been all week. That guy there, he's a heck of a driver, but a crazy Snapchat sender.
Would you like to tell the world what his Snapchat name is?
I don't know if he would like it.
There's a change, though, at the front of the top side. It's going to be Pogo going top side. He's going to let the 38 of Levitt push, so maybe a little bit of strategy play. Levitt's going to lead the outside lane. Then it's Cole Day, Jeff Pogo, and then Jamie Leach. Ira Kohlhaas going to go from the outside back to the inside. And look who's just hanging in the 10th position right at the back of this front pack. It's going to be the 7 of Michael Bromley. That first yellow really helped the 7 of Bromley. He was about 8.5 seconds back when the yellow flag came out. And now with all the yellows back to back, he is able to catch back up to the rear of the field here. And now he runs into the 7th position. Just behind them is going to be 2 of those neon yellow machines drivers out of the Nichols Performance Stable, the 81 of O'Berry and the 12 of Randy Johnson. They are running currently in the 11th and the 12th position. Just behind them, it's Darryl Clauter and Orlando Rivera running 13th and 14th. They are the final 2 drivers on your lead lap. Timmy Valenzuela is back out on track with the 05 machine. He is currently shown 2 laps down. Danny Valenzuela in the 04 is also back out there. He is shown 9 laps down. J.P. Brennan just rolling out of pit road with a tore up Purple Peeper Eater 09 machine. He is shown 12 laps down. We have 2 drivers out of the race here tonight, and that'll be the 01 of Josh Taylor for the Midnight Runners and the 31 of Donald Bennett for the Keystone Racing Team.
2 heartbreaks there, and Josh and Donald.
But at the front, they are still side by side for the lead. Right now, they have the 38 to the outside, the 14 on the low line. The 14's got a good pusher there by the 79 of Patrick Smith. Oh, Cole Day with a huge slide out of turn 4. He's going to separate that inside groove. He's going to try and side draft down to the bottom, but it will not work. He actually loses a little bit of ground. That was too much of a slide out of turn number 4 for the 37 there of Cole Day.
Well, they're beating, banging up front. I didn't know it was this intense when I'm in the car, but man.
Yeah, welcome topside, my friend. You see what we see here in the booth, and see a lot of swaying from these cars here tonight. Jeff Bergner sitting there, still the 3rd car down to the inside, staying right tucked up behind the 79 of Patrick Smith, his teammate, out of 4 this time. It'll be the 38 really crowding that inside lane. Cody Levitt getting real close. Now Cole Day is almost going to make contact as he tries to side draft that 79 machine on the front stretch.
And they just keep getting tighter and tighter every lap. I tell you, my pacemaker can't handle this.
He's going to need a little bit of a shock here tonight, and it's been shocking so far. Some really strong racing here. It is 32 laps to go. It will be 31 laps to go. This time by at the line, so far Cole Day and Reynolds both have 19. Oh, contact there. Levitt and Smith going to make contact. Coming out of 4, sends Levitt up the track. And at the line, it'll be Hunter Reynolds once again. He will lead his 20th lap of the night. He officially now is your lap count leader.
I'm wondering right here, I'm thinking if maybe that outside opens up, and Patrick might jump out, try to get the lead on that outside.
Yeah, they're working upon the lap down car, though, right now, the 09 of J.P. Brennan. He'll go top side, and all your leaders will be able to follow through on the inside lane and that middle groove. J.P. Brennan going to go another lap down. It'll be 13 laps down for the driver of that 09. And still, only 10 cars in this lead pack. JP's going to try and make it 11 if he can hook onto the tail end. But at the line, again, it's going to be Reynolds, then it's Smith, then it's Levitt, Day, Bergner, Millen. Your top 6 drivers. Pogo is 7th, Bromley is 8th, Jamie Leach is sitting there 9th, and Ivor Kohlhaas rounds out the top 10 drivers here in this lead pack. O'Berry and Johnson still sitting about a half, actually called about 2 seconds back there. You see them in those Nichols Performance yellow machines. So let's see this time out of turn number 4 as Levitt and Day are still hooked up there. Levitt going to crowd that bottom there. Hunter Reynolds really got to play careful as, oh, look at them almost come together. Both drivers sway on the front stretch. Day going to give a shot to the 38-11. It's just not going to be enough at the line. That inside, Dobbs, I'm not sure if anybody's going to be able to beat that inside lane out of turn number 4.
Yeah, that inside lane, get hooked on that bottom white line, just keep your tires down there. It's tough.
Cody Levitt has a little bit of a blinking issue. There he comes back as back down the backstretch. Patrick Smith's going to push Reynolds into turn 3. Levitt out of turn number 2 had the lead, but this time let's see as he comes out of turn 4. Going to lose a little bit through the middle. He'll come down. He'll try and side draft that inside groove. This time it will be a drag race to the start-finish line. Day is swaying, and Reynolds is leading.
I like how Cody right there side drafts coming off the corner and then swings up high on the straightaway. Get back down going into the corner. I think that's pretty smart by Cody.
Yeah, we saw that last year here when we came to the Las Vegas Motor Speedway. I believe it was Matt Grobelny picking up the big W last season. He pulled a similar move out of turn number 4, which got him the win over Tim Smith. And I believe you were wrapped up right there in that battle, almost 3 wide across the line.
Yeah, I came home first loser once again. But that was last season. You know, it's a new season. So it is what it is.
Yeah, that was a good season 2 for the IROC series, working on season 3 here. And as we have 27 laps to go, I believe the fuel window is officially open here. If these guys would like to come down pit road, I believe they would be able to make it here from this point to the end of the race. So we'll see if anybody's going to be willing to play that strategy here of pitting a little bit earlier, taking the risk of trying to separate themselves from the rest. Right now, though, we know it won't be that deeper, darker dew team because they are stuck to that outside groove. The other drivers down to that bottom groove. They have a chance that they could pull a little bit different strategy. You know, the guys that are really sitting in the catbird seat right now could possibly be, as Smith's up the track before turn 1 there. It could be those guys running back there in the 11th and the 12th position.
Yeah, I don't want to give him the big head yet, though, Roger.
As Greg O'Berry has a little bit of a blinking connection that time through 1 and 2. He gets it figured out. He is back in front of the 12 of Randy Johnson. Also, another group that could possibly pick a little strategy here could be these guys that are just hanging on to the tail end here. The 9th and the 10th position, the ABV group. It hasn't been the year that they expected to, coming in as rookies. As you see these guys moving around here on the front stretch. These 2 drivers, the 7 and the 29, Bromley and Kohlhaas, they came in, thinking that they'd be able to maybe sneak a couple wins away here in the IROC series. So far this year, it has not worked out so far for the ABV drivers. Right now, though, they find themselves just hanging on to that top 10 positions there. 9th and 10th for the ABV drivers of Kohlhaas and Bromley.
They're in good position, though.
Yeah, it's funny, Dobbs, we got somebody out in chat under the Salt Flat banner, and it is the guy, the man, the myth, the legend, who won last year, Matt Grobelny. And, he wins from Las Vegas last year, not able to come back and kind of claim his title, as I think there's some strategy here. Pogo and Leach going to go to the bottom here in turn 1 and 2, possibly. Pit stops pending for the deeper, darker dew team. They are now falling back. Cole Day also going to shuffle himself towards the back of this pack.
Well, that strategy game's starting to come in. This is where it gets intense, race fans.
So it looks like here might be some green flag pit stops. Not this time. They just stay tucked up down there on the bottom lane. That's kind of an indication once everybody single files out that pit stops are going to be coming. Right now, just one driver left to the outside lane. It'll be the 38 of Cody Levitt. Going to see where Levitt goes. There's a huge gap between, I believe that's the 79 there of Smith to the inside. Look, Cody Levitt, he's going to find that big gap because Jeff Bergner has backed off. I'm looking at the pace speeds here. It looks like the race pace has fallen last lap about a half second. So you can tell these drivers aren't pushing as hard as they once were.
Yeah, I just hope nobody has that incident like Kyle Larson and Ricky Stenhouse at Daytona.
There was a big bump out of turn 4. Levitt is going to be hard on the brakes. He's sideways. Reynolds is also down pit road. So Reynolds, Levitt, Day, Pogo, Leach, Kohlhaas, and Bromley all going to bring those machines down pit road here with 22 laps to go. That's going to leave, it looks like, about 6 drivers out there. Patrick Smith, Jeff Bergner, Josiah Millen, and look who is sitting right there. They have caught the front pack. It's going to be the 81 of Greg O'Berry and the number 12 here of Randy Johnson. So I'm guessing that these 5 drivers are going to be working a similar strategy together here most likely as the whole field last time by came in. Here comes Millen, though. Millen's going to peel off from sitting in the 3rd position. He's going to, 4th position, 3rd position, yes. He will peel off here and come down pit road.
Those Nickel Performance drivers, they pitted a little bit earlier in the race too, so they probably got more laps on their fuel.
Yeah, they did come down under that yellow flag when everybody else stayed out there. So now here comes the Nichols Performance 81 of Greg O'Berry leading the outside charge. Jeff Berger going to go down there and hit the apron. A little bit of an odd entry point into turn number 3. But they keep them all pointed out in the right direction, and they will still stay out on track here. So it'll be 20 laps to go this time by. These front 4 still have to make a pit stop here. There's actually 5 drivers as Darrell Clauter sitting back here in the 26 machine is still out on track. He has yet to make his green flag pit stop here. Hunter Reynolds did lead the pack off of pit road, and it looks like he actually let it out by a ton. He's got I'm looking at it, and I think it's about, well, I don't even, it's a lot right now. We got to wait for the timing and scoring to actually catch up and tell us what is all going on here. But here comes the Midnight Runners group, led by Jeff Bergner and Patrick Smith. They will come down pit road right here with 19 laps to go. That turns things over to the Nichols Performance, Greg O'Berry, and the number 12 of Randy Johnson. That time by, Greg O'Berry going to lead a lap. Now it looks like they're going to switch it out here. They're going to get Randy Johnson a lap led. A little bit of switcheroo here for a couple lap stops.
Oh yeah, I tell you, this is a good group of guys, good team right here. They're all about team strategies, getting different points, and they work well together. Those two, without me, would probably do a lot better than me being with them. So hats off to those guys.
So right now, here comes Randy Johnson out of turn 4. He was your points leader coming into tonight, and he will lead a lap officially here and take us even closer to the end of this one. It'll be 18 laps to go, and now officially, this is how they are. How do they come out of pit road? Hunter Reynolds was the first one out of pit road. Then it's Josiah Millen, who is about the whole front stretch behind. Then it's Cody Levitt, who is about half the front stretch behind. And then it's going to be Cole Day, and Day is actually leading a 5-car field. It's Day, Pogo, Leach, Kohlhaas, and Bromley. Still waiting, though, for the Nichols Performance drivers to come down pit road. As they stay out, they will turn another lap. Right now, they have the whole field 1 lap down. They can still stretch it. I'm looking possibly maybe another 2 laps, possibly at most, before they're going to have to come down pit road. Dobbs, we've seen a couple strategies here on pit road. They could go gas and go, and they might be able to keep this lead if they do that.
Yeah, I wish I down there in chat listening to Greg and Randy talk, because I tell you, Greg, he must have a little calculator there or something, because he can dial up some numbers and give them to you in just a second. Looks like they're pitting now, Roger.
Here comes your leaders, Randy Johnson and Greg O'Berry, hard onto the brakes here. It looks like a really clean pit entry. Right now, there is Valenzuela in the 04. Danny looks like he is also down pit road in the 04 machine for his final stop here of the night. He is shown in your 16 spot. Johnson going to hit his pit box. O'Berry's going to hit his. Both clean entries there for your 12 and your 81. And I'm looking at it. as we zoom in, and it's going to be fuel only for the 12 and the 81.
This race is going to come down to something crazy. I can feel it.
Patrick Smith also just taking fuel only in the 79 machine. He's about a half a track behind, though, your leaders. As he enters turn number 3, he is shown in your 3rd position, but he only took fuel only. Nichols Performance still sitting on pit road. 30 seconds so far. The clock is ticking as they finally drop the jack. They are both down and away. Patrick Smith, though, will come by. He will take over your race lead, and I will wait for the timing and scoring to update, but he has about, it looks like, I'll call it about a 3-second lead, just about over Hunter Reynolds. Greg O'Berry drops out of the pit lane there. He's got the 3rd position. Randy Johnson is shown in 4th, but Jeff Bergner and Josiah Millen are running 5th and 6th, and they are coming at those 2 drivers with a head of steam right now. So it could be a battle for the 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th position here, as that will be a 4-car group in just a moment. Running in the 7th position is Cody Levitt. It's Cole Day leading the next pack. Then also Cole Day running in the 8th spot. Jeff Pogo is sitting 9th, and Jamie Leach is 10th. So with 14 laps to go this time by, Smith will get, or actually 15 actually, as he's down into 1. He's up the track a little bit. He is running a very unconventional line out there, Dobbs. He's up the track. That's going to allow Reynolds to start to close the gap.
Yeah, and might be better if them two might have hooked up together, just 2-car punch. Might be a little bit faster than the 4 back here behind him.
Yeah, those two are no strangers to each other. They have raced with each other more than just here on a Wednesday night. Those 2 drivers know each other, and this time by, Patrick Smith will hear it in his ear from a spotter. 14 laps to go here at the 1.5-mile track in the desert here at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Looking at it, it looks like 14 drivers on the lead lap. Running in the 14th spot is Orlando Rivera, but if you look out the back deck lid here on Orlando Rivera's car, you would actually see that machine back there, that maroon speck back there, running about 4 seconds back. That is your leader of Patrick Smith. So right now, Orlando Rivera, with the nose damage on that machine, has to be wanting a little bit of a caution here in the late stages. Right now, though, Patrick Smith does not want to see any type of yellow being thrown here tonight.
Patrick Smith, he's having a good night. Up there leading some laps. He was aggressive early, and hey, it's worked out well for him. He might get a win here.
Yeah, it worked out well for him to take the lead here. But I'm taking a look at it, Dobbs, and last time by, Hunter Reynolds took off about a half a second out of that lead that Patrick Smith has, and I'm looking at it. I'm not sure Patrick Smith is going to have enough fuel in that 79. I know, I'm looking at it. Reynolds, he stood in his pit box for 28 seconds, so Reynolds definitely has enough fuel to take it the rest of the way. Question being, though, does Patrick Smith have enough, as he has slowed the pace down? As this time by, we see 12 laps to go on the board.
Yeah, it's always a risk when you want to try to get out farther in front of the field, not putting enough fuel in these cars.
Yeah, he took no tires. Looks like Hunter Reynolds also took no tires on his stop. Randy Johnson with no tires. And then look at this battle back here. This battle for the 3rd, 4th, 5th position. It's 4 cars. This is the closest group on track, as Bergner's going to go up the track. He's going to try and push the 81 of Beauberry up there. He's going to take him 3 wide into turn number 3. Johnson to the bottom, Bergner in the middle. O'Berry way up to the top side, and O'Berry's going to lose a bunch of positions. Bergner now will lead the outside charge.
Maybe they're just thinking these other 2 didn't put enough fuel in their car, and they're just going to try to fight for this position here.
Yeah, you never know. And O'Berry peeking to the outside in turn 1, but he doesn't have the run. So now he will take it behind the 40 of Millen. So it'll be 3 dancers to the inside and 1 joker on the outside. So it's 2 Nichols Performance, 1 Keystone Motorsports Group, and then 1 Midnight Runners here, all battling it out. And it's still a 2.5 lead out front for Patrick Smith over Hunter Reynolds here tonight. Ten laps to go here in Las Vegas, and there you can see the gap between Patrick Smith and Hunter Reynolds. The question being on everybody's mind at this point, did both Smith and Reynolds get enough fuel in their cars here? This group back here is sitting 17.5 seconds back. Remember, they led the charge on the outside. They spent most of the night running the high line here. Now find themselves on the outside looking in. They're just hanging on to the top 10 here. It's the 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th position drivers on track. Day, Pogo, Leach, Cole Haas, and Bromley as they work upon the lap down car, the 09 of JP Brennan. It may be his first time back as they try and take a little bit of a draft off him, but it might be a disappointing finish here tonight for JP Brennan and his return here to the Salt Flat IROC Series.
I was hoping he'd have a good showing.
Yeah, I saw JP out there this past week actually, running some laps in the maybe the new car that might be coming here to the IROC Series. I think they might be retiring the good old street stock at the end of the season. They may be headed over to use a little bit of the old Australian V8 supercars, I hear.
Yeah, those bad boys are tough to drive. Let me tell you, race fans, pack you a lunch and a big cold Mountain Dew when we start racing them.
Yeah, those things punch one big hole. You think these IROCs punch a big hole with the low horsepower numbers that they have. Whew, that it just tells you that, actually, I'm looking at it. Patrick Smith, we missed it. Patrick Smith ducked down pit road. He did not have enough fuel, so that's going to turn it over to Hunter Reynolds with 8 to go. And I think Reynolds is trying to save fuel, too, because look at this pack really close up on him. He's about 20 miles an hour slower than these 4 cars coming up on him.
Yeah, he didn't put enough fuel in that car, Roger. I didn't even pay attention, but uh-oh.
Randy Johnson to the point here. Randy Johnson will assume the lead with 7 laps to go here tonight from the Las Vegas Speedway. 2 drivers going to gamble, Reynolds and Smith, and both of them look like they're going to come up short. Smith going to come out of pit road. He's going to hit the cone out onto the racetrack. So now these 4 drivers are going to do the battle. 6 more laps this time by out of turn number 4. Oh, contact for the lead. Johnson going to make contact with Jeff Bergner. It's going to send Bergner up the track here, and they will stay lined up on the bottom groove. Still 3 drivers to the inside and the Joker to the outside. 6 more laps here tonight from the Las Vegas Motor Speedway.
Bergner trying to get that side draft. Got a little too close. I've been there before. Gets intense.
So now the question being, though, Josiah Millen not racing with the Nichols Performance team. He is separating right now, Johnson and O'Barry. He is just sitting there. Is he going to be in the catbird seat as he hits the apron and washes up the track? But what will happen? If Millen ducks out and goes to the outside to push Bergner, that's going to line Greg O'Barry and Randy Johnson up as we get 5 to go this time by at the line. If he puts those 2 Nichols Performance machines together, it could be bye-bye for Bergner and Millen. What will Millen do? Will he just push that Nichols Performance car, or will he go to the outside?
All these choices. Oh, it's going to come down crazy.
And there you see it. It's the 4 cars. These are the 4 cars that will race for the win here unless something happens here. Hunter Reynolds has officially brought the 14 machine down pit road. He will not be able to make it tonight on the fuel.
That's a heartbreaking call.
So this time by 4 laps to go. 4 long laps for these drivers out front.
Oh, Randy. Oh, contact.
It's going to send Bergner up the track almost into the wall there between 1 and 2. That's going to drop him a couple spots back. So it's Johnson and Millen and O'Barry. Now is Millen going to take the chance to go to the outside, or will he just stay in line? Right now, it's Johnson out front as they're going to come out of turn 4. They will see 3 laps to go here from Las Vegas. It is Johnson, Millen, O'Barry, and then Jeff Bergner. Almost contact out of turn 4 between Bergner and O'Barry. Bergner is going to stay to the outside here at the start-finish line. He will try the outside once again in turn number 1.
Yeah, it's got no help. That inside's got the push, but Bergner get that side draft coming off these corners.
Out of turn number 2, it is still Johnson out front. Now give Jeff Bergner back into the 2nd position. He can get the outside lane rolling. He just can't clear that inside lane led by Randy Johnson. This time by at the line, it'll be 3 more miles of racing as the popsicle sticks officially going to be in the air. The white and the checkered flag being displayed here. 2 more laps here from the Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Millen going to get sideways, I believe, with a little contact with Bergner. The racing here at the front of the field tonight, it is not over. With 2 laps to go, the intensity at the front of the field here before the 4 drivers will be picking up.
Oh, man, here they go. White knuckles and everything. It's going to be a crazy last lap, folks.
And there it is. Millen still sitting there separating O'Berry and Johnson. This time by out of turn number 4. It will be the white flag here tonight. One more lap presented by Muth here in the booth. And it is Johnson that is going to take the white flag first. So it's Johnson, Bergner, Millen, and O'Berry. Here are the 4 cars under the blanket. The finishes. Door slam. Johnson is sideways. Bergner up the track. They go side by side. Millen's going to try and take a little bit of an advantage. He's going to loosen up Johnson. He's going to peek to the inside. Contact between Johnson and Millen. Johnson hard into the wall. That's going to take Johnson and Millen out of it. It's going to be Bergner and O'Berry. And there's contact between O'Berry and Johnson. They are spinning. Millen's going to hit the wall. O'Berry stays hammered down. O'Berry's out of turn 4. Here comes Millen. He's going to go throw the block. Millen's going to cross him over. O'Berry's going to wreck. And O'Berry is going to win here tonight at Las Vegas. Millen is shown second in the grass with a crinkled up car.
What just happened?
Bergner's going to limp across in third. Johnson comes home fourth. And then it's a scatter across the line for Cody Levitt, Jeff Bogo, Jamie Leach, Michael Bromley, Ira Kohlhaas. Cole Day rounds out the top 5. What a wild finish here tonight in the wild, wild west desert from the Las Vegas Motor Speedway. O'Berry wins it, but we're going to have to go back here. We will have to dissect this last lap here. Let's see if we can find it. This is coming out of turn 4 here. O'Berry going to go throw the block. He throws the block on Millen. O'Berry gets sideways, loses control of the 81, slams her into the outside wall, and things all kind of scatter there out of turn number 4. We're going to have to go back even farther than this. This all started right here is where it all comes together. As Jeff Bergner was up the track and opened up the door, Millen goes down to the white line, stays in it, and he hits the 12 of Johnson there. Johnson spins her around. Millen stays hammered down, and then down into turn 3 here. You see the green-yellow machine make contact with Bergner. Bergner spins it around. O'Berry stays hammered down on the apron. Millen high-sided it there. Tried to make the move. O'Berry threw a good block. But then O'Berry lost it and made the contact with Millen. But they both came across the line completely out of control and tore up.
That's the craziest race I ever saw in my life.
So your winner here tonight, gonna go to that man right there, the Nichols Performance, number 81, and a crazy finish. Dobbs, I would ask you, have you ever? And I know exactly what your answer is gonna be, and it would be, no, I've never. I mean, it is just crazy. You talk about the IROC series, and you talk about the way that these drivers race each other, and it is hard week in and week out to find better racing out there on the iRacing platform. I mean, it got a little hectic there, but with these bigger tracks, these 1.5 mile, these 2 mile tracks, sort of reminds you of the big super speedways like Talladega and Daytona, and it just came down to one big block being thrown here at the end tonight.
That was crazy. I got to save this replay right here. That was wow.
That was absolute blast here, but we're going to step away for just a moment. We're going to see if we can get your top 3 up here to talk to us and tell us what the heck just happened here on the final lap tonight. Welcome back, race fans, here to your post-race show here tonight, presented by the Jordan Hen Race Team. Tonight, it was one heck of a battle, Dobbs. We talked about it there for just a second. But as you scrambled down to victory lane, I believe you have caught up with our winner here tonight of Greg O'Berry.
Race. Greg, tell me what went down those last 3 laps.
Man, that was absolutely insane. It was all set up by fuel strategy. We had calculated that whole last run before we made that stop, just how many laps were going to be left, how much fuel we needed, and we actually guessed wrong. We could have left about a half a gallon short, and we'd have been a couple seconds ahead of those guys and long gone. But we put an extra half gallon in, ended up coming out with the 2 of them, ran those last few laps together. Started getting a little frustrated, felt like we should be drafting, but then when we realized we were going to be the lead 4, kind of understood racing hard there. So no fault there. It was a good time, and somehow all holy hell unleashed, and I lucked out winning it. So
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I'm up here watching this, and it was it was crazy. And then you had kind of the Kyle Larson, Kyle Busch finish there, going across the line. I thought you weren't a Kyle Busch fan, but hey, that was epic, man. Congratulations.
Well, I was figuring I'm going to be pushing Josiah and Randy to the win there, and I was just hoping I could edge Jeff out for 3rd. But then when Josiah turned Randy on the backstretch, I said, well, now it's just me and Jeff. And then Jeff came down on me in 3, and I didn't exactly go a whole lot farther left. I held my ground, and he went around off my nose. So I'm going, and then I look up and see Josiah's closing in on me from behind. So I'm just trying to block. I saw the replay, and I did door slam the crap out of him. I didn't realize he was that close to me. I thought I was just blocking him, and he rear-ended me. So I don't mean to be completely dirty and wreck him wholeheartedly like that. I did think I was just throwing a pretty mean block, but I'll take the win.
So this is where you come in and say, if you don't like that kind of racing, don't even watch. No, I'm just kidding. Greg, I think I got to get on the horn with Tony, and you know why. But let's hear your sponsors real quick before we turn it over to Roger.
Yeah, we got to thank Tony Nichols and Nichols Performance, Randy, coming up with this strategy, and us working together the entire race. We were glued together. And hey, we'll throw a thanks to you too. If it wasn't for you, we wouldn't have Nichols Performance Race Engine Team going. So appreciate everybody.
Hey, back up to you, Raj.
Well, there you heard it from down in victory lane by the driver of the 81 of Greg O'Berry, coming across the line first here in an absolute barn burner here tonight at Las Vegas. We have caught up also with our second place finisher here tonight, the 41 of Josiah Millen. Josiah, it looked for a second like you might have had a chance to win this one coming out of turn number 4, but a great block, a greatly timed block by the 81 of Greg O'Berry, going to slot you here into the second position.
Yeah, I guess I should have zigged when I should have zagged. I don't know. Yeah, it was a good race towards the end. I pit early, and I pit by myself, and when I came out, I thought I was screwed. But I saw Bergner come out in front of me. I drafted off of Bergner. Randy and Greg came out right before us, so we were about 5 seconds ahead of 5th and 6th, and I don't know. We were just working together. It was a good race between the 4 of us. That last lap got crazy. The 12 got into the 21, and I tried to get to the inside of the 12, and maybe I wasn't clear, but I wasn't lifting on the last lap. So, and coming to the finish, I zagged, and I guess I should have zigged, but yeah, I was in the wall. So second place finish, that's good. It's my best finish of the season, so it's good for Keystone Motorsports.
Yeah, good night for the Keystone Motorsports Group. Unfortunately, your teammate O'Donnell going to finish all the way back in the 20th position after having internet issues early on. You know, Joe, it's coming down to the nitty-gritty here. Only a handful of races left. You know, well, 3 to be exact. We head from this big 1.5-mile track here in the Las Vegas desert. We're going to load these cars back up. We're going to head over to the East Coast. We're going to go to a home track close to you here. We're going to head over to the Dover International Speedway. How do you feel from going from this big, wide, lots of room track here, 1.5 miles, down to just a 1-mile concrete oval?
Well, we're going to get to a driver's track for sure. I mean, this is a lot of drafting here, but I'm pretty excited. It's a little slick. Dirt track racing's my roots, so I gotta thank Jordan Hen Racing for putting me in this car tonight. Good group of guys. They race at Grandview Speedway out of the Northeast modified series. So if you guys want to check it out, Grandview Speedway in Pennsylvania, come on out, check us out.
Well, there you heard it tonight here from the driver of the number 40, Josiah Millen, having his best finish so far here on the Season 3 here for the Salt Flat IROC Series. So a P, number 2, after a wild finish for Millen being into the outside wall. Slides across the grass to finish here in the second position. We have one more post-race interview here. We are scrambling to find the driver of the 21. He's actually celebrating pretty hard, and that's the 21 here of Jeff Bergner. Jeff, you were kind of stuck to that outside line there a lot there at the end. Did you have a way around on the outside, or were you just kind of hanging out there?
Kind of just hanging out there, but I was getting some good runs off the corners where I could pull them. So I just had to try to straighten the car up and get that run off the corners. That last lap kind of led to my demise.
Yeah, so tell us about that last lap, though. All heck broke loose. You hung out there to the outside, and then craziness happened. Really?
Yeah, just everyone trying to get everything they
Sorry.
can, any advantage they could. Just good hard racing.
Sorry, there's a little bit of craziness going on in the upper regions here for the yell. I heard some craziness going on outside, so that's going to be being taken care of. Sorry for that. But anyway, Jeff Bergner, a second-place finish. You haven't had the season that you've looked for this year. Do you think this is all about to change now here with the brand new setup?
You can only hope. Maybe with the newer computer I can see more. Maybe it's going to help a little bit, stay out of some situations. But you know what? It's just fun to get out and race.
Well, Jeff, before we wrap things up here tonight, we got to congratulate you here on a third-place finish. Who do you got to thank for parking the Midnight Runner Salt Flat County GL machine here on P number 3?
Well, the teammates, of course. Josh Taylor, he's been having some bad luck. I think my luck's been rubbing off on him lately. Patrick Smith, it's been a lot of help. I was hoping we could have stayed together there for the end of that race, but, stuff happens. And, of course, turn 3. Without the magical voice of Roger Muth there, we wouldn't be anything.
Well, there you heard it tonight here from the driver of the 21. We got to apologize for the dog making a little bit of a crazy mess over here, and you hearing me have to raise my voice at this little white fluffy animal. So we apologize not only to the fans out there listening on the Turn 3 Racing Network, we got to apologize to the beautiful animals of the world also. But you heard it from your top 3 finishers here tonight. And Dobbs, Greg O'Berry for the Nichols Performance Group, your teammate going to get it done here tonight from Las Vegas.
That was crazy. What a shocker. Congratulations, all 3 of those guys. It's a good race. I enjoyed it, but I'm ready for next week. I'm ready to climb back in that 985 hot rod.
Yeah, you're ready to climb behind the wheel from the concrete mile. It's going to be a pretty crazy. If you thought the final 2 laps here tonight from the Las Vegas Motor Speedway was pretty crazy, you're going to want to tune in next week as the points championship kind of has started to grow. That gap that was between the 12 of Johnson and the 14 of Reynolds, things are going to start to open up because Randy Johnson finishes in the 4th position here tonight. And, well, an unfortunate pit strategy call by Hunter Reynolds is going to put him even farther behind the 8 ball. He finishes in the 14th spot. But next week, it's the 1 mile concrete little jungle. We're going to head to Dover Downs International Speedway or Dover Raceway or whatever the heck it is being called these days. And, well, it's going to be crazy. Slipping and sliding from that concrete monster. Next weekend, right here on your Turn 3 Racing Network, going to be round number 9 for the Salt Flat IROC Series, but we got to congratulate Greg O'Berry once again for winning here from the Las Vegas Motor Speedway.